It took me and my team way too long to learn this lesson, so please absorb this in the next 15 seconds. Thumbnails are movie posters. Aaron started saying this to us way before we actually took it to heart. But when we did, our click-through rate skyrocketed. You should think about your thumbnail as the movie poster advertisement that people will see for your video. Think about when you're going to a movie theater and there are some movie posters on the wall and Tom Cruise is in some new action movie, or The Rock is like lit up in some dramatic contrasted way with like one big bold word to get you really hooked in and interested in seeing this movie, right? That is how you should think about your thumbnails. I get that not all of us are The Rock or Tom Cruise, but you should be thinking about crafting your thumbnails in the same way with similar elements. There shouldn't be too much going on in your thumbnail. There should absolutely be a face present. There are studies that show thumbnails with a face in them get more clicks than thumbnails without. If you can, try to have a face in your thumbnail. There should also be minimal text. If you're doing a video about some sort of fraud or financial scandal, you can absolutely have like big red bold letters fraud in your thumbnail. But you should only use text when it's almost a cartoonish exaggeration of what's going on in the video itself. So have a face, have minimal text. You can have punchy text, but minimal. And have contrasting colors. So the background should not distract from the face or the text. The colors within the thumbnail should all flow together nicely. They should work together in a somewhat harmonious way. Contrasting colors look really good. A good rule of thumb is if you have black text or white text, have a contrasting background color. Don't have like a light blue with white text. Along those lines, you get what I mean. And lastly, when you're thinking about elements to fill in the blank space in your thumbnail, don't go overboard and try to place everything in the thumbnail so that it has a nice flow to it. I see this mistake a lot when people are designing thumbnails. They slap a face on there, they have the text in the middle, and then they'll have some disjointed elements on the side. You want to have an image that flows together nicely for the eye. This could take a lot of tweaking and a lot of rearranging of elements. You could resize some things. You always want to make sure that the face is bigger than everything else in the thumbnail. But with all the other elements, you want to make sure that nothing looks disjointed or placed haphazardly. Send your thumbnails to people for feedback. Ask them if they have any critiques, because that is the fastest, easiest way to improve. Take a look at some thumbnails from the YouTube channels that you click on regularly, the biggest, most successful channels on YouTube, because you can definitely pick up some tips from those.